Hey, what's up, peeps? Happy Friday. Well, this is recorded on Friday, so whenever it gets uploaded on YouTube, I am out here, but there are a lot of motorcycles going by, so bear with me. Please be patient if it's a little noisy, but it is 80 degrees in New Hampshire, so of course, people out here love the motorcycles. I don't blame them. I have a license for a motorcycle. I got mine after my son got his. And I did it just because I wanted to know what my son was getting into. And then I ended up getting bit by the motorcycle bug. I did fail my first exam. And it was because I was just being a total bitch. I mean, I was doing my own thing and I was really cranky because the motorcycle I had was just like really old and the clutch was just sticky. And I remember driving over to the instructor and telling him, I think this motorcycle has an attitude, maybe I need another one. And he looked at me and he said, "You sure it's the bike?" And he failed me, but he did the right thing by failing me because I got too cocky. Not paying attention to the rules, zipping around, making my own lanes and stuff and just playing around, just assuming, I'm so good at this, they're going to give me my license. And they didn't. I cried my eyes out. I was so sad about it. But then I went again and I had to take another course, a weekend course. And I put my ego all the way down, the shadow side of me. I contained it and just was a good student and I got my license. But I never got a motorcycle. So if I'm going to get a motorcycle, I would have to take that class again. But nothing wrong with the little scooter. Scooters are okay. But I don't know, something about those motorcycles. Anything over 750 is too much for me. So, and every time I say I want a 750, people are like, "Oh no, you'll outgrow that. You'll be regretting it." So I regret not getting a motorcycle. That's what I regret. And so anyway, enough about the motorcycle sounds. Watch, there probably won't even be a motorcycle now. Now that I talked about it. I have my incense burning. I have one of my favorite songs playing. It's a shuffle playlist. The Angels are in charge of the playlist. This is September by Earth, Wind & Fire. That song is very, 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 very special to me. Maybe one day I'll explain why. But for now, we're gonna take 3 deep breaths, and then we're gonna do a general timeless reading, and whatever comes up is what comes up, right? The card will come up, and we'll talk about it. So, 3 ohms, but I gotta pause the music for this. Oh, my little Tibetan bell. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. There's something about the sound of birds in the background when you're breathing. It makes me feel really grounded. So I'm going to move this because this smoke is going to choke me. And we can't have that. Nope. We'll move it over here. Okay. So we're going to start with a little bit of tarot. I call this my money deck because this is the deck I've been using for, 30 years. And I charge it with my Herkimer diamond. Isn't that a beautiful crystal? It's my favorite. Herkimer diamonds are my favorite. We have a new moon coming up. It's the flower moon, I believe. It's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius, which is the most fun. So that should be really interesting. Oh, the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. I'm so excited to see what's going to come up for you. Now, cue the music. If you are tuning in every week, you better believe there's a message in here for you. Maybe not the whole thing, but there is a message here for you. So let me chop up the deck. So I had my hair colored, and it's really bright. It's freshly colored. So it's really, really bright. And I'm just trying to get used to looking at myself like this. It's weird. The color kind of made the curls more relaxed, even though they're still tight. I have really tight curls. I mean, obviously, look at this. Like, but the color kind of relaxed it a little bit. I like that. Oh, you go over there. I don't want the smudge in my face. So this song is called Sandstorms. It's a remix from, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that one either. I'm sorry. Like, I'll be good. I tell the angels to be in charge of the playlist, and what do? I can't keep my hands out of things. What the heck is wrong with me? Ooh, control freak. Again, I like to... Wow. Okay. So I have a new table. I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook, but I had a glass table that broke into like a million pieces, which is actually auspicious to break glass outside your home. It's like a celebration, and believe me, if breaking glass is a celebration, we should still be partying from breaking my glass 2 weeks ago. But anyway, I got a table, and it has like these little I don't know what it is. It's metal, but there's space in between the metal. And how many cards? Oh, a whole bunch fell through the sliver. And I feel like I really need to read those. So I gotta go down and get them. Hold on. Well, I don't know. This may be too much. Let me see. Maybe I will read it. Okay, I heard intuitively to read them. So here we go. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So he's a business owner. He's a CEO. He's a boss man. He's got his money. He sits on his throne with his big ass pentacle. And it does say king. And he's present. He's the first card. So this is very heavy masculine energy, and that could be female too. But keep in mind when I tell the story, because tarot is a story about life. Again, everything you will go through is in this deck in life. I forgot what I was going to say, but he's coming up. Oh, okay, yes, I got it again. Thank you. That I say, this is happening to you, or that you may be feeling this, but it also could mean the person that you have on your mind. So if it's not you, it could be the other person that you're thinking about or inquiring. Just flip it as you need to flip it. Sometimes when I listen to readings, I'm thinking, well, that's really not me, but that's definitely the other person. And you just have to have the discernment, like, okay, is this me or is this the other person? And then maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this message isn't for me. But again, if you're tuning in every week, I guarantee you there's going to be a message for you. So the king is here. The masculine, it could be a female with heavy masculine energy, or it could just be the king being present and showing up. And he's got his coins. He's got his business. This guy's got his shit together. Women want this person. Women want him. But this person, we started off with the king, and the king is looking to go back to something that he left in the past. But see, here in the story, she's on her knees, okay? And she's talking, literally praying to the God of love, saying, I really, really thought about this. I've given it a lot of thought. I've been through the tests and the trials and everything, and I've learned about myself, and I learned about the situation, and I really, 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 really want to go back and give it another try. I really, really believe that I want this. And she's saying, go out and go get it. So somebody's yearning to go back to something. Hopefully not the dang devil. I call this card the dang devil because he's always coming to crash the party. He's about obsessions. He's about addictions. But more importantly, in this card, what I feel about him is that you'll see that these people believe that they're under control of the devil. You see how like they believe that he's like the puppet master and he's playing his music and he's got them under control. But these cords are not even really attached to them. It's like pretend. So the devil wants to make you believe that you're stuck, that you're in bondage, but you're not. If these people would wake up, they would realize that they're really free. So the devil is a liar. He's also the author of confusion, and he wants to get you to believe that he has you under his thumb. But what you really need to know is that you're free. You're free to do whatever you want. You're free to roam. You're free to move. You're free to leave those addictions that don't serve you, those toxic people. But that's why I say he comes to crash the party. You know, he wants to make you think that things aren't going your way. But you know what? You are going to a higher conscious level. And if there's ever a card to come up after the devil, it's the Hierophant, who has the light of not, and he has the diploma, the PhD of life. He got a PhD in life. I really wish the playlist would do better though, because it's like, it's feels like the first time. Freak a Leak, incredible, money ain't a thing, like a boy, can we get together, Prince, Flashlight. Okay, I'll sorry you guys. Okay, angels, from this point on, I'm releasing control of the shuffle of the playlist because music is healing and I get signs through music. So I'm going to let the angels take over from here. Right? No more fast forwarding. So anyway, I'm really excited that this guy is here. He's got the PhD in life now. He's spent some time in the cave. He's got the light. He's got the consciousness, higher level of knowledge. Sometimes it represents higher commitment. But, you know, right now this doesn't look very much like a love reading, except the Seven of Cups. But you can go back to anything. It doesn't have to be a love. You can go back to something you've abandoned. You can go back to a project at work. You can go back to a business that you're trying to birth. It could be many things. But from here, we've got the King of Pentacles, so I'm going to assume it's kind of business. But we got the dang devil, so we're talking about, you know, addictions, bondage. I have my little creepy crawlers out there. So congratulations. You're ascending to a higher level. Let's see what the next... Yes, and people are going to celebrate you because you are victorious. Look at you. You know, you're holding... I don't know what kind of animal that is, but it's like a victory. It looks like a ram. And the people in the background are like, yay, 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 yay. And you're celebrating and they're celebrating you. There are no haters in this card. Nothing but pure celebration. So that is good. Looks like you've gotten over something. But now that you've gotten over something, now that you told Eros that you want real, whatever it is that you really want, that you've tested in the past, now that you've come to a higher level of understanding and you're back into the dark night of the soul. Sorry, but it's saying you're moving away. And here's the thing. You're either going into the dark night of the soul as this person is willfully going into the cave to do deep work. But you'll notice that the person is leaving all of those coins behind. So it also could mean the 6 coins here, like all the options that you had here that you've thought through, whether it's business, friends, family, whatever it is, you know what it is. You know, tarot readers don't have to pull everything out of your heart and your head and your spirit to tell you what it is. This is where you work with the reader in co-creating this story. You know what it is that you want to go back to, and you're going to do it because you're walking away from all these other cups, right? Like you're sacrificing. But yet there's a call, there's a need for mature conversation. Because in my deck, this Page of Swords is about See how he's blowing smoke, like blowing a bunch of winds, bunch of gossip. So lower vibe conversations, lower vibe truths. This is a call to grow up. This is a call for real communication. Big, sharp communication. So, all right, so I want to clarify some of these cards here. So we had the king that came out. Never mind. You guys know what you saw. I'm going to throw some moonology on it. Yay. Hey, last week I did the reading on Friday, and it actually uploaded on Friday because it wasn't like over an hour long. So I think if I keep this under an hour, that sun is hitting the side of me. When that sun sets, I don't know what to do. I don't know if this will... Well, it's not doing a damn thing, so what the hell. So if I keep it under an hour, maybe it'll upload faster. Oh, we have a new moon coming up on, I believe, Wednesday. And the a full moon, a full flower moon. And it's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. My fellow gang, fellow fire sign Sagittarian. Love Sagittarius. They're fun. They're spontaneous. They're truth seekers. They love to have deep conversations about spirituality and the like. And they're not easy to get. If you get yourself a Sagittarius, you're a pretty lucky person. Actually, if you get yourself a Leo, you're a pretty lucky person. But I say that because Sagittarius are hard to commit. They're very, very hard. They're the sign of the Bachelor, actually. So, what do we want to know specifically about this dang devil? I want some information about I think from the celebration that somebody's overcoming an addiction or an obsession or like wanting control. And so it's time to breathe. It says take time to breathe out. So now that I'm asking clarification over the devil, but I know one thing about the devil is if you're still in bondage with the devil, you're not celebrating shit, but you're celebrating, okay? And you're willing to do the work. These cards say I'm willing to do the work and I'm willing to take action to walk away from what is not serving me because I've done a lot of work. That's probably what you've gained by going into the dark night of the soul. You got to get this coming out of the dark night of the soul. Because if you don't get this enlightenment going into the dark night of the soul, stay in the dark night of the soul until you get this. Because it's torture to go in and out, in and out, in and out. You can do that, but I would strongly advise that you keep breathing. I love it. See what happens when you give up control? I just said I'm giving up control because I was fast forwarding the songs I didn't want to hear. And the first moonology was like breathing out. You keep on breathing. So this is good. I love when things resonate like this. Nothing yet is set in stone. Nothing yet is set in stone. So, and I'm going to see this very positively. Excuse me, I got to move this. Sucker's choking me. No. So, in other words, whatever it is that you think the outcome will be, just know that nothing's set in stone and anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen. And then, communication is key. What the freak did I just say about this? This is a call for communication, not gossip, but real direct, grown-up communication. And the moon card said communication is key. That'd be so fun. It says new moon in Gemini. I would have done a backflip if that had said full moon in Sagittarius, because there is a full moon in Sagittarius. This is a mutable moon that says nothing is set in stone. It's mutable. And time to breathe. Time to breathe. And what is this? Disseminating moon. And that was clarifying this little dang devil. So it seems like, let me do this. Congratulations, because it seems like Somebody is growing up. I think that's good on that. I've got a few decks I want to play with today, so I can't pull too many, and I don't want this to go over an hour because I can surely keep on going. The hardest part about doing these readings for me is time just kind of doesn't exist. Well, time is an illusion anyway. Time is actually a man-made thing. So when I get into my spiritual tools and start storytelling, time just doesn't exist. I just lose track of time. Similar to when I was teaching classes, I was like, it would be like a blur. And then people would come up to me after class and say, oh, what you said about this and that was so amazing. I'm like, okay, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, what did I say? Because I do, I channel, I get into this zone. And when you're in the zone, you're in the best space, here's the motorcycle, you could ever be in. Ha, 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 when you're in the zone. That's why I say when someone's in the zone, leave them alone, because they're in the best possible place that they can be in. And this came out, blonde, it says blonde female. Isn't this funny? Because I'm getting used to my new hair. It's honey blonde. It's lighter than I've ever gone for a color. And this is when it's curly. When it's dried, when it's blow dried, it's going to be lighter. So I'm actually curious if I'm wearing it like this mostly for the summer because of the heat and swimming and all that fun stuff that I like to do. But I think I'm gonna blow dry it once just to see what it looks like. And I'll look like a totally different person. That's why I say the man who marries me is going to be very lucky indeed, because he's gonna feel like he has two different women. But the blonde female's up, and she is represents the divine feminine. That's how I see her. And this is an open relationship. So either two things can happen. Either you're going to get into a relationship, right? And it's going to be out in the open, so everybody knows about it, or two people are going to agree to date and see other people. Somehow children's involved. So if you want to see other people, just make sure you use protection, because you could have a baby. If you're going to be in an open relationship, then your chances increase on either having children or a partner with children. Just know that. Or it could be just, play like kids. But because I see an open relationship, they both look kind of confused, like they want to go in different directions. So, maybe children are involved in that way where they're still searching. So I think that means dating. I think that means dating and being open to dating other people. But somehow children are involved. So let me pull one more card. No, I'm not taking that one. Let's see. Got some celebrations. We've got the boss man on the table. We've got somebody who wants to go back to the past, who's thought about something, who's been in the dark night of the soul, who's done the work. Somebody here, somebody watching, and you know who you are. You've done the work. Congratulations. And if you want to be in that open relationship, let's see where that's going to bring you. I just wish it was a little smaller. Now I know why people create smaller decks now, because these big ones are hard to, you have to open up your fingers, and you've got muscles in your fingers, and they can get really sore. 2 came out, so give it to me. Ooh. Ha! So we have a brunette. She usually represents the karmic relationship. Now, karmic is that, when we say karmic relationships, people tend to think that that's a bad thing. It depends. But karmic means that you have a contract to be together to work on something, whether it's something in your past life or something in this current life. So karmics are not bad. It can just get toxic when we hold on to things longer than we should. And isn't anything, when it's past its expiration date, it can become toxic to the body. Just go ahead and eat yogurt that's 10 days past the expiration date. I've done that by mistake. Right? It didn't stink when I opened it because it was plain yogurt, and it was deceiving because it looked good. But the day after the election, when Biden won, everybody was celebrating, and I wanted to celebrate, and I was in the fetal position in my bed from food poisoning. It looked good, smelled good. It was plain yogurt, so it really didn't have a smell, and it's good for you to eat. But when it's past the expiration date, it's not. I hate to use that as a reference, but that's what I think of when I think of karmic relationships. I think when you're in them too long, that's when they become toxic. But when you're in them and you know that you're in them and you know I'm supposed to be with this person to work through this issue or that issue or to have this experience, then it can be a wonderful thing, a wonderful relationship. But when it expires, that's when it becomes problematic. But I've got two women on the deck. I've got the divine feminine, the spiritual woman, and I've got the crazy, likes to have fun but toxic person. This is the feeling I'm getting. Maybe both of them are in an open relationship. Or maybe both of them are dating the Ice King. Because the Ice King is here, and he's a king. Boss man. Again. So we have a boss man, we have two women, we have an open relationship, we have somebody who wants to go into the past, we have the dang devil who is being defeated. Thank you, Jesus. Because who the heck wants the devil at their party? This is specifically romance. It's Friday. I should do romance on Fridays. So I figured I'd bring out one deck. But seeing that I just got chills, you guys. Oh my God, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see my goosebumps? I'm getting the goosebumps because I felt intuitively when I picked my card. I have a ton of cards. When I pick them, I kind of let myself be guided. Not kinda, I allow myself to be guided. And I said something told me to pull out the romance cards because I haven't used them in a long time. And it's a good thing because the open relationship and the blonde and the female and the king has come up. I don't know what's up with these hiccups. So, when you're guided to do something, your best bet is to do it. Okay? Don't fight it. Don't try to make sense out of it. Some things you just got to use your intuition. Some things are just better that way. Just go as you're guided. And I did, and I think I need to see what this romance is all about for the person who's seeking. Oh, but somebody is attracting things into their life because they're enjoying. There's a card that flipped. I like when I shuffle and a card literally gets flipped. I don't know how it does it. I never watch it, but it's got to be pretty quick. And it's trust. So we got trust. The situation is calling you to have some trust. Trust that you are going to attract what you need, want, and desire. Trust that when you, hold on, I'm going to space these out better so when I talk, I can pull out the card. Trust that when you got on your knees and asked for what you want, that you can get it. You've done the work. You went into the dark night of the soul, and you came out. You came out with your knowledge and your PhD in life, and you came out celebrating. You beat it. You beat this masculine energy beat the dang devil. And all they want you to do now is to breathe. Take some time out and breathe. Nothing is set in stone yet, so just breathe. Wow. Oh, yeah. What song is this? Locked out of heaven. Somebody feels locked out of heaven, but be optimistic. What is worrying and being negative going to do for you? That's not beauty. That's not attracting beautiful things into your life if you're negative. Stay optimistic. Even when things don't look good, stay optimistic. It's like a fight. You have to fight to stay positive because this motherfucker wants to crash the positive party. If you make any progress, he's going to be right there trying to put ideas and inspiration into you to destroy what you're doing. The devil doesn't like positivity. Hey. Shake your money maker. Stay optimistic. Play music. Dance. You know, do something different. Go get your hair colored. Put on a bright, bold lipstick. You know, stay optimistic. Hang out with positive people. Watch a great movie. You know, go exercise. Exercise is my medicine. Movement is my medicine. So when I'm feeling like, things aren't going my way, I'll go for a nice walk. I know it's a little hard for me now because, you know, my IT band injury. And every time I think I feel good, I go out there and I pound the pavement, and then I'm back at square one again. So this time I'm not messing around. This time I am seriously, I'm either just going to swim, card fell on the ground, or gentle hot yoga, core and upper body, but I'm not going to push it because I'm not going to do it. But forgiving and learning, again, forgiving and learning, you know, this is what life is all about. Learning, growing, and forgiving. To forgive is divine. I have a PhD in forgiveness. And I've said it a million times too. See, this person's got their PhD in forgiveness too. Doesn't mean that when you forgive, that you're saying what you did was okay and you can do it again. No, what you're saying is, I forgive you because I release me from what the injustice that happened to me. I'm giving you forgiveness because I'm letting myself off the hook, not you. That's why forgiveness is so important. And your romantic feelings are moving things. They're stirring things up. So if you have some romantic feelings, you can do one of two things. You can stuff it down and ignore it, because that's what this guy wants you to do. He doesn't want you to feel romance and love. He doesn't want you to believe in that shit. He wants to tell you that it doesn't exist. And I'm here to tell you that if you have those feelings, that they're real. They're real. Those feelings are real. How you romance everything in your life will be how you attract that into your life. And when you attract it into your life, please believe it. Because you can deny it and push it away. You are that powerful. You can do that. But I strongly suggest that you don't do that. Okay? All right. What do we want to know about this open relationship? It's an opportunity. Hold on. More to come. I want to know more about, so far, I'm getting clarification on this open relationship with the karmic, the person that represents the karma relationship, and then one that represents a higher commitment relationship from a different energy. Totally two different energies. So let's get more on clarification on that. Jeez. Okay, you went back in. I thought it was going to come out. What was the first one? Oh, opportunity. Okay, let's stick with this. All right, I need to do a super shuffle. So it's cutting this deck in half. What do you want, angels, ancestors? What would you like the viewer to know about this open relationship with the blonde and the brunette? There's an opportunity here. It says opportunity. What is the opportunity? What else do you want me to know about this open relationship with the blonde and the brunette? And there's some kids involved too. Ooh, not the right time. The opportunity. There's an opportunity, but just not right now. Ooh, one more. I'm putting that back in because it said look for a sign. But all right, that was not good. That was a lot of cards that fell out. So let me just do this again. Here we go. Please give me a clear. Yeah, I don't get it. It says you're ready. But it also says not right now. So that is gonna be okay. How many times have you been ready for something, but the timing wasn't right? I had a situation where I wanted to know the answers to something that was causing a lot of confusion. I wanted clarity. It was clear that information was being withheld from me, and from the friends that know a lot about me. And one friend stood up and said, Darlene, did you ever think that yes, you do need more information, but it's just not the right time? And maybe Spirit is waiting for somebody else. And it was so true. It made sense. That wisdom she gave me made sense a year later. It made sense a year later. It took a whole year to get clarification on something. And then when the clarification arrived, it made absolute sense how I was ready, but it wasn't the right time. So there's something in your life right now, and then we're talking about the open relationship. Maybe you want an open relationship. Maybe right now is not the time to have an open relationship with two people. Maybe a year from now you might be in that position. You might explore that. And maybe it's not right now to have it, because children were in that pile too. So you're looking to have children? Maybe yes, but maybe right now is not the right time. So I'm going to go for one more card to really wrap up that message. Helpful people. So we had something like this last time about helpful people. So somebody needs to seek wise counsel on that. You can only tap into tarot and angel cards so much. You can't rely on this 1,000, like for all of your wisdom. You take some insight here, and then you go into your life and you use it to your advantage. Or you can lose it and don't do anything at all and be where you are. But I think at this point, since you've beat the devil, since you've acquired the knowledge, and now at a higher level, you've done the dark night of the soul work. Maybe you're trusting yourself, and there's some big communication that needs to happen, but also somebody needs to seek some help, some wise counsel outside of tarot. Okay, so you heard that here. Somebody watching this needs to seek help, some advice outside of tarot. So if you're like shy about seeking advice or help, really take some time to think about doing something different. Because if you're not doing something different and you're wondering why you have the same result all the time, it's because you're not doing anything differently. You want a different result? Do something different. These cards here are so cute. They're little. I saw it on one of the readers I follow. She gave a shout out to the creator, and she just like big up these little cards. And I was like, let me get that. It's so cute. Ooh. And then when they pop out, they pop like popcorn. Oh, I need my glasses for this. My new readers, they're the bifocals, see at the bottom? And they still have the sparkles. The pair that I lost were the black rimmed ones, so I wanted to do something different. I'm not sure how I feel about these. Ooh, child abuse. Ugh. Ooh, why did we have to go here? If you guys know me, nothing boils my blood more than seeing a child get beat. Child abuse, child neglect. These children are just so fucking innocent. They're innocent. I'm not gonna go down that route because it literally depresses me. But this came up. So the child abuse could be sexual, emotional, physical, mental, verbal, or molestation, incest. And so when I got the helpful person, it seems like maybe that's, oh, oh, yes, yes, I just heard it and I got chills. And children came up too. Children, get help. Child abuse. We've got 2 women in the middle of it. I don't know. Can I get some more overall energy, please, on this message for the seeker? Overall energy. Overall energy. I'm going to need a big glass of wine after this reading. Because, you know, the truth is, oh, here, 2 motorcycles. Oh, dirt bikes, actually. You think about the number of people who are abused. And they're usually abused by somebody really close. Family members, neighbor. It's usually that. It's more that than it is a stranger. And it happens more often than you realize. And people, I have 2 that fell in my lap, but I just want to finish my thought on this. That people, you know, they stuff that experience down. I just read an article about Lady Gaga. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Lady Gaga is now speaking about a music producer that raped her when she was 18. I think she was 18, she said. Or 15, sorry. He was 18, she was 15, and she was pregnant. And like literally he like dumped her and then threatened to like destroy all her music if she told him. And I think she got an abortion, whatever, but it put her in a very bad space for a long time. And my point is this: if you don't seek that help to heal that experience that you stuff down will follow you. It'll follow you in your adult life, and the devil will hang out with you, lying to you about ways to heal that. Alcohol, drugs, sex addiction, I could go on. And he makes you feel that those ways of numbing yourself is the devil's way of healing. When you free yourself, when you really free yourself from this, and you get into real healing, you'll never look back. Because the devil wants you to believe that his remedy is what makes life move and makes you happy, and it's not always leave you empty. So if somebody out there needs to get some counseling or some guidance or some help, please do that. And the woman that talked about these cards also said that these cards were very powerful and that they don't lie, which is why I was like, oh, let me go get that deck. Porn addiction. Wouldn't I just say that? Didn't I say sometimes it can show up, sexual abuse can show up as sexual addiction as an adult? And I've got porn addiction. It says porn addiction, gay porn, occult porn, animated porn, child porn, illegal, sexual fantasies, and excessive masturbation. So this is up. Sometimes this dysfunction can be a result of abuse of a child. This is really bumming me out right now. This is depression. And I don't like this song because it's about, it doesn't resonate with this reading. So the card says depression, and it says crying a lot, drugs, alcohol. That's the devil's medicine. Regrets, sad and lonely, restless, suicidal thoughts. Okay, so that's 3 in a row. I'm putting the rest of these back in here because I'm not going to, something good could come up next, but I'm just not going to push it. And I'm going to actually now go back to the tarot. I wish I had, now that this came up, I wish I had other decks, but this is what Spirit told me to take outside. So the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. The bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. And really, the Queen of Wands is really the blonde female, the divine feminine. Fire, passion, beauty. She's it. She's the one that every man wants. She's sexy. She's beautiful. She's got her coins. So she's up. She's on the bottom of the deck. But, can you give me some clarification for the person watching this video? about somebody's moving on. 8 of Wands, and they're moving after a period of lots of trials and tribulations, lots of healing. But it's good because you get the dolphins by you. So the dolphins are riding along with you, and the dolphins that's good energy, playfulness, healing, hope, happiness. And you're moving fast in that boat. This is like moving fast. You can tell. You can tell by the way the image is showing it. So I can't make this up, you guys. The King of Wands, Divine Masculine. He's on the table. We have the King of Pentacles. Now we have the King of Wands. We have 2 men on the deck too. 2 men, 2 women. Let's see, what else? Are these the people that have been involved? Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, he's slow moving. So whatever's happening here with the open relationship and the healing that needs to happen is slow moving. And somebody needs to get a hold of the ego. Like, look at how, like, this line here represents pride and ego. And somebody, whether it's you or the person that you are wanting information, is learning how to control that. The anger, gonna put a chokehold on your pride and your ego and your anger. And somebody out there is working really, 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 really hard on this. But their healing process is slow. This person is humble, very careful, very slow stepping. And to be on a horse and to be moving slow, that just means that the steps are slow and powerful. Everything doesn't have to be in a quick, fast, in a hurry. 1 card jumped out, 3 cards jumped out. So, Ace of Swords, big, huge ass communication. I also like to call this the Hand of Heaven. I'm looking for the Page. We have the Page too, right? Remember we had the Page of Swords? And the Page is also holding the same sword. Communication. Conflict through communication. But the conflict through this communication, because conflict is not always bad. Some people go out of their way to avoid conflict. How are you going to grow when you do that? How do you grow? How does your spirit grow if you're running away from everything that triggers you? Sometimes those triggers are meant to help wake you up so that you can see where you're soft. If people are going to poke your trigger points and you're soft there, they're just helping you to see where you need to heal. So that's why conflict can be a good thing, because it grows you up. So it's 2 times here. I gotta go to the ground because I have more cards on the ground. Wait a minute, I only have 1. Oh, the Queen of Wands came back up again. But I thought I could have sworn. No, maybe just 1. So she was on the bottom of the deck and now she's in the forefront. So somebody needs to talk. There's going to be a little bit of conflict, but be brave. Be brave. Be brave, King, who's moving really slow, who's taking baby steps because he's learning how to heal the pride and the ego and the anger. And most likely, oh, hold on. Oh, this was on the table. Yeah, a lot of fighting. Control that temper, because the person who's the calmest will always win. The person who's grounded will always win over a bunch of people waving around their sticks. Lots of competition. Okay? But that's okay, because if you can beat him, if you can beat this energy, you can surely beat any of these. Remember, take time out to breathe, because it's going to be tough. That communication has to happen. It's going to be tough. But breathe so that you're not like creating all this anxiety in your chest. Just like we did in the beginning of every reading that I do, that I try to remember to do, is when I take 3 deep breaths, I immediately feel different. You can change your energy just by stopping your life and stopping your mind that's going like this, with all these thoughts, everything going around and around and around. If you just take time to breathe, it's unbelievable how much control you will have. Nothing is set in stone yet, so don't go being all thinking everything is over. Communication is key. We've got communication is up. Communication. I mean, how many times can we say it? Huh? How many times we have to tell the king? He's the first one that popped out. Masculine energy, right? Moving fast. I don't know, maybe towards both of these women. But one is of the light, and one is of a contract that is supposed to expire. Her contract's supposed to expire. Okay? That's a karmic relationship. They're not supposed to be there forever. But maybe this is not the right time for you to part from that person. Maybe there's still another trigger that this person has to poke for you to heal. Maybe they gotta just stick that knife in one more time, right? Because something has to happen so that you are so sure that you're ready to be ready for that opportunity. And when you are, you will go back, and you'll have to trust it, right? And be open, right? This king wants you to be open. I have children here, and I have what came up with children, with child abuse. What follows child abuse? Sometimes lots of addictions and depression. And then we try to self-medicate. The devil wants you to self-medicate. Drugs, sex, alcohol. But please go seek help. Beyond Tarot. Go seek help beyond tarot. I'm telling you this right now. Because this devil is not meant to be fought alone. Unless you are like somebody who's like David in the Bible. If you look up David was like obsessively in love with God and would kill and do anything for God. But he was also a bad boy. He had a bad boy side to him. But he learned, and God forgave him, and he went about doing God's work. But that's the only type of personality that could probably fight the devil alone. Get help. Because you've done enough of this depression work. You've done it. When you go through the dark night of the soul and you do the light work, it doesn't mean when you come out that everything's going to be all sunshine and flowers. It just means you begin again. And maybe when you begin again, you start by getting some really good help. And learn to forgive yourself. Because forgiving and learning, sometimes we think about the other person. Forgiveness is really you forgiving yourself. And then enjoying your life. And being romantic about life. Be romantic and stay optimistic. Because people will be celebrating you. You will be victorious. But you gotta pay attention. You got to pay attention. You got to do the healing work. Because guess what? Let me tell you something about your healing work. I'm going to say this in the most loving way that I can. And I should say this in every stinking video. Because if you think that just because you went and got some healing and you patched up one little trigger, that's it. If you plan on living on earth and being healthy, you can live beyond 100 now. It's not unusual to live over 100 years. So guess what that means? That means you have 100 years of healing. Because as long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're growing, you will be healing again and again and again. So you might as well get the tools and learn how to perfect that. And communication came up here 3 times. Maybe you'll meditate under that full moon. So I'm complete here. This reading is 54 minutes, just under an hour, but I'd like to just review the bottom of the deck and then we'll go. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about the music that makes the people come together. Oops. Hold on. Bear with me, people. Gotta put the code in. Okay. All right. Tell me. Don't stop the music. I'll end with that. I know I was supposed to let the angels control the music, but it's the last song, so. Bottom of the deck. Oh my God, look at this, you guys. The bottom of the deck is actually, I don't know what the bottom is because they're both closed up. So, bottom of the deck is recovery. what did I just say about everything? The healing, the addictions, going back to what happened to you as a child. Because if you don't heal that, that will surely follow you, and you won't even know it. You won't even know it until you seek that wise counsel. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node, step out of your comfort zone. If that means seeking help, then that means seeking help. Bottom of the deck is one of the happiest cards of completion. It's the Ten of Pentacles. This is the happy wife, happy life, happy kids, 2 dogs and a cat and a picket fence. The dream come true with the family life and all the endless financial abundance to give everybody what they want. It's at the bottom of the deck. You know, maybe that'll be the gift of this when you finally come into this. Bottom of the deck of the love cards. Let's see. So there's lots of chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction. And remember, the card that we had in this deck was attraction too. So remember, you know, there's a strong magnetic attraction. I think when you enjoy your own life and you're happy and you're taking time to smell the roses and listen to the birds and connect, you fill yourself up with the beauty of life, right? And when you fill yourself up with the beauty of life, what do you think's going to happen to your energy? You're going to become more attractive. And then, you know, the only problem you're going to have is that a lot of people are going to have chemistry with you. You may not have chemistry with them, but they're going to have chemistry with you. And then they're going to be like, why do I like her so much? Because she's filled with light and love and attraction. And she's the dating queen, bottom of the deck. See how she's just like, just filled with everything. Look at people want to give her. Look at these men. They want to give her flowers, candy, gifts. What is this? A gift, flowers. And maybe that's the perfect time. Maybe you watching this is the perfect time for you to be open about dating people. Just dating, not marriage. Just dating. Just be open to dating, but do the healing work. Do the healing work. And if you have any karmic relationships that are not over yet, maybe because there's still some of those little triggers, there's still some dusting and cleaning that needs to happen before you finally move on to your next venture. Okay, that's it. We're complete. So the sun is starting to set. So let me put this up a little bit more. So I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you do something fun. And spring is here. Summer is here. Get outside. Put your face into a bunch of flowers. Notice the clouds in the sky. Look at how green the trees are. Just really absorb the beauty and bring that into your energy. And please, for all things right and holy, step out of your comfort zone. And even though you think you may know everything, and even though maybe you're a wise counselor to other people, I've always said throughout my life, about my teaching life, that teachers need teachers too. So if you need the help to clear up some of that healing that needs to happen, and believe me, that piece I'm hearing is a final piece, but it's a really big piece. It's a big piece of work that has to happen. And I pray that you do that. I hope you have a beautiful day. I think I already said that. I hope you do something fun. And if you ever want to dive deeper and you want a personal reading with me, I don't offer to do too many of them because I do have a full-time job. And I've done this for over 20 years, and readings can really drain you. I want to and if you're a reader that I follow and you're watching this reading, I'm going to give you a virtual high five, because some of you readers are banging out readings throughout the day. And I'm just like in awe of your energy of being able to do that and stay committed. I honor you for doing that work. I really do. Okay, you guys, have a great weekend. Stay safe. Think about getting that counsel, doing that healing, because the happy, 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 joy is yours. And you already know it. Peace.